Hairdryers on planes, what you need to know.
Hello, everyone. Today we're going to address a common question that often pops up when preparing for travel. Do hairdryers have any restrictions in terms of wattage or voltage on planes? It's a great question, considering many of us want to look our best when we're on the go. So, let's dive in and discover the rules and regulations surrounding the use and transportation of hairdryers on airplanes.
Can you bring a hairdryer on a plane?
The first thing to know is that hairdryers are typically allowed in both carry-on and checked luggage on most airlines. However, as each airline may have its own specific regulations, it's always a good idea to check directly with your airline prior to packing.
What about wattage and voltage restrictions?
Now, let's tackle the main question at hand. Are there wattage or voltage restrictions for hairdryers on planes? The answer is a bit nuanced. There's no specific wattage or voltage limit for a hairdryer to be allowed in your luggage. However, if you're planning to use your hairdryer during the flight, assuming you're on an aircraft with onboard power outlets, that's where potential restrictions come in. Most airplane power outlets, if available, are designed for low-power devices like laptops or smartphones and typically offer between 75 to 110 watts of power. A standard hairdryer, on the other hand, usually uses between 800 to 1,800 watts, which far exceeds what airplane outlets are designed to handle. Thus, you should avoid using a hairdryer during the flight as it could potentially cause a safety issue.
What about voltage compatibility?
One last thing to consider is voltage compatibility. Depending on your destination, the standard electrical voltage can vary. In North America, for instance, it's usually 110 to 120 volts, whereas in many European countries, it's typically 220 to 240 volts. Therefore, you should check if your hairdryer is dual voltage to avoid any issues when using it in different countries. If it's not, you might need a voltage converter. To wrap up, while you can bring your hairdryer in your luggage when flying, using it on board is another story due to potential power restrictions. Also, always remember to consider voltage compatibility when traveling internationally. In general, it's best to check with your airline and the specific regulations of your destination country to ensure a smooth and hassle-free travel experience. I hope this information has been helpful for your next trip. Safe travels!